Okay, ladies and gentlemen, Pokemon trainers of all ages, we are back with round 4 of our Collector's Cup tournament here on Valentine's Day. I'm your commentator, Jared, going Sawsbuck today, and we have a new team and an old team. So we are looking at the same Maushold Annihilape core that we saw in round number 2 up against Aurora Veil offense. We have Ninetales and a probable support Whimsicott. Also on the opposing player's side, we have an Iron Hands, an Urshifu, a Fluttermane, and a Rillaboom. So, we are looking at a switch up. No Annihilape this time. Instead, going with Gholdengo as the ghost type of choice, which makes sense going into an Ice Fairy type. That Make It Rain will do so much damage, but that's not what we're seeing come out first. We have Iron Hands and both Iron Hands and Fluttermane up against Maushold and Gholdengo. So here comes the Photosynthesis. Let's see if it's special attack or it's speed. So speed is the photosynthesis of choice for all of the Fluttermanes we've seen today, and it looks like we are doing another Protect Super Fang play. This Iron Hands is incredibly thick, and removing half of its massive HP stat is super critical. So, no, I apologize. I saw the normal type button clicked. I thought it was Super Fang. It was Protect. So, protects all around. Makes sense. Doesn't want to get hit with a Make It Rain on one end, doesn't want to get hit with a Fake Out on the other end. So we're just resetting, and now we're going for a Super Fang into the Iron Hands and what looks to be a Nasty Plot, perhaps? No, having to really do some considering. Do we go for Follow Me or Super Fang? It is Follow Me to protect the Nasty Plot. Nope. We are switching. We are really considering what we're doing. So, okay. So we are going for a Terra Ghost to protect from a fighting type attack. So Wild Charge will be the move of choice from this Iron Hands going forward. We have an Urshifu. I don't know my Urshifu super well, but I do believe that is Rapid Strike. Once again, I do apologize. I don't have team sheets available to me today. But we're here enjoying the Pokemon. We're treating it like it's pre-Gen 9, where we just had the Pokemon and we don't know too much. Here comes a Super Fang, doing half damage. Here comes a Nasty Plot, doubling the special attack of this Gholdengo. Huge damage, and a Drain Punch. That Terrestrialization worked. We'll see if it continues going forward, but this is a very threatening position that this Gholdengo is forcing the opponent into. So we will see what we're looking at here. Will this Urshifu be able to do stuff? If this is a Rapid Strike, like I do believe it is, that will... we do have a double resistance to the Make It Rain. We see a Terrestrialization coming out from the Urshifu. It is Terra Water. This is a Rapid Strike. So we're looking for big damage coming out from this... from these Surging Strikes, but there is a Follow Me that will protect the Gholdengo from at least one of these Pokemon's attacks. The Surging Strike will easily probably be able to take out this Maushold. Yes, I highly suspect it will. It'll need absolute minimum, and it does not get absolute minimum. So with that Terra Water boost, is able to take out the Maushold. So it's done its job. It's protected the Gholdengo, done half damage to his Iron Hands. Let's see what we're looking at from this Gholdengo, who will be the next to go. Shadow Ball at +2 special attack. You have to hope this takes out this Iron Hands, but that's gotta be Assault Vest Iron Hands. It lives. Here comes a Super Cell Slam. It does not miss. Forces the Citrus Berry to come out, and suddenly we're in a bit of a tricky situation. The Iron Hands will go down to a Stiff Breeze, but the Gholdengo is still going strong, so we're bringing out the speed control. This Iron Bundle is looking at an Icy Wind, most likely slowing down the Urshifu, taking out which will take out the Iron Hands and will slow down the Urshifu enough to allow the Gholdengo to go first. Icy Wind double connects. We know that this Iron Bundle has not missed. It lowers the speed on this Urshifu, and we'll have to see just how much bulk has been put into this Urshifu. Here comes a Shadow Ball. It's going to do big damage instead of ×2 special attack, and it just takes out the Urshifu-Rapid Strike. It faints. We know it's not a Soul Vest. That had to be the Iron Hands taking that little from a ×2 special attack. But we have Fluttermane coming back out. No photosynthesis this time. It's not going to be the fastest thing on the field. But what is going to be the fastest thing on the field is this Rillaboom. It gets the Grassy Surge up, and with Grassy Glide or Fake Out, it's going to be going first. However, a double protect will prevent any Fake Out shenanigans coming from this Rillaboom. So this turn is just going to be a wash unless there's some sort of setup that the opponent is able to do. It looks like we're just protecting all around. We're seeing the speed tiers. It's going to be the Iron Bundle, then the Fluttermane, then the Gholdengo, then the Rillaboom, unless we see priority come out from the Rillaboom. So it didn't put Fake Out into the Iron Bundle, predicting a Sash break, or trying to break a Sash, but we see an Icy Wind, and we see Make It Rain. And if this Icy Wind connects, it's probably curtains. Here comes the Grassy Glide, doing big damage, but that Focus Sash is going to keep the Iron Bundle alive. So it really comes down to this Icy Wind. 95% accuracy. We see the first time it misses. It hits the Rillaboom, but it doesn't hit the important target, the Fluttermane, which means a Shadow Ball is going to come out, and it's going to take out the Gholdengo. That's huge. That 5% mischance might have just swung the game against the Iron Bundle player. So it's Rillaboom versus Rillaboom at this point, both benefiting from the grassy terrain. We'll see if how we're able to handle this. The grassy terrain still got a few more turns, but there is Fake Out coming here. This time we have a Fake Out, taking out the Rillaboom's ability to go for a Grassy Glide and take out this guy. A Freeze Dry is also going to go into that slot, taking out the Rillaboom. Suddenly, this game swung back into the Iron Bundle player's favor with a double up. So here's an Icy Wind trying to get some speed control. Even with 4 times for this, that is enough to take out the Iron Bundle. Does get a speed drop onto the Rillaboom, but I believe I saw that Rillaboom was holding an Assault Vest. So after this healing, it can probably take a couple of attacks. Grassy Glide will let it go first. And I don't think, yes, with the Grassy Terrain boost, this isn't going to be a 3-hit knockout. One more Glide will take out the Fluttermane here and secure the first game for our prospective player. Again, after a protect, he's trying to do the only thing he can do and stall out this grassy terrain and allow the speed order to be flipped back. I believe there is one more turn of grassy terrain left after this one. So, oh no, it's gone now. Huge reversal. So you have to, he's currently doing math. Is Grassy Glide with this boost stronger than High Horsepower? With the stab boost, that is. There's no Grassy Terrain boost. And so we see a Moonblast come out. That might be a quick KO, but a Grassy Glide, even with the boost, is going to take out the Fluttermane. All that calculation was for naught. And we see a win come down for our prospective player, Tapu Nani. I apologize, I don't have everyone's names memorized. I'm getting messaged on Discord who's our prospective player as we're watching, but I don't have everything memorized, so we're going with screen names unless I am getting a Discord message. So, we are bringing it back, and that was a game that was won without the Annihilape beat-up strategy. So we don't know if we're going to see that. It looks like we are going to this time. Ninetales didn't come And so that suddenly means this is a lot more interesting. You know, it's Urshifu-Rapid Strike, so with the boost in defenses from Friend Guard, that's 3 hits boosting Rage Fist. So let's see what we are looking at in game number 2. We see Rillaboom and Fluttermane come out versus the Annihilape and Maushold. So 2 different breeds of ape staring each other down. What will we be seeing here? They are just communicating, getting their connections stable before they are looking at move options. We didn't see a fake out coming out from the opponent, the Rillaboom on the opposite side of the field. It's possible it doesn't have that move to fake out the Maushold and threaten it with that move. We see an immediate Terra Fire saying, hey, I'm going to resist your fairy moves, I'm going to resist your ice moves, I'm going to resist your grass moves, I'm going to resist everything, and I'm going to get myself some Rage Fist boost right now. We see a Terrassalization coming out from the Fluttermane, wanting to go fairy type, not wanting to be weak to Rage Fist, wanting to boost the damage of its Moonblast. So double Terrassalization, as we mentioned earlier, Terra Fairy versus Terra Fire coming out. Both ghosts not wanting to be weak to the opponent's type, same type attack. So let's see what we're looking at going forward. Here's an Icy Wind that's going to slow down, but it's not going to do much to the Annihilape, and it's going to give it, not only is it going to boost the power of Rage Fist, it's going to give it an attack boost due to Defiant. Here comes a Woodhammer just trying to take out the Maushold, and it does take it out. There is no support coming, no beat up. With that speed drop, that does allow the Rillaboom to go first. Here's a 100 base power plus 1 attack Rage Fist going into the Fluttermane, and even with the Ghost typing Shed, that will take out the Fluttermane. Terrassalization wasted, unfortunately. Now, that does put this in a bit of a tricky situation. Urshifu-Rapid Strike can come in, and suddenly you have a Water-type Pokemon going into this now Fire-type Annihilape. We see it come out. It's going to threaten massive damage, but counter argument, we see this Rillaboom free Rillaboom action. Suddenly, there's a fake out a chance. There's a Grassy Glide chance into this water type. It might be able to protect itself this turn, but it's being threatened from all comers. It does protect itself from the fake out, so we'll see what the opponent's Rillaboom and the Annihilape are wanting to do. Here's a high horsepower, gonna do big damage with that fire type, but 150 base power now. Here comes the Rage Fist. It takes out the Rillaboom, and it's this Annihilape not really being able to do much all times we've seen it. It's got an attack boost, it's got leftovers, it's got the grassy terrain healing, and there's still a threat of a Grassy Glide just taking out this Urshifu. I don't know the counts, I don't know the spreads offhand, depends on how much bulk has been invested, but suddenly we see the Iron Hands come out, applying fake out pressure of its own, potentially stopping a Grassy Glide from doing big damage to the Urshifu. So we have to see what's coming. Are we seeing a swap? What are we seeing here? Are we trying to say, hey, I think you think I'm going for fake out, so I'm not going for fake out? We see a swap into the Iron Bundle that will allow it would probably be able to survive this Rapid Strike. Here's the fake out into the Rillaboom, allowing the Surging Strikes to go off without taking any damage, but Iron Bundle has a deceptively high defense stat. There's no Terra Water this time, so this Iron Bundle is able to live that fairly comfortably. It'll get some Grassy Terrain healing, and that was a successful swap. The attack boost from the Icy Wind Defiant boost is no longer in play, but that does mean that the Rage Fist is still in play. The Rage Fist is still at 150 base power, even without any attack boost from Bulk Up or Defiant. That's still a huge threat late game. So we see a Protect coming out from the Iron Bundle, wanting to protect itself from the Iron Hands. Meanwhile, we see a Detect from the Urshifu protecting itself from a Grassy Glide, but reading into that, the Urshifu goes for U-turn, pivoting itself out into the Annihilape. And suddenly, we have a situation where if the Iron Bundle's Protect was not red, we're in a great position. It was red, but the Annihilape has enough HP with the prior leftovers and Grassy Terrain healing. It is going to be able to survive that Drain Punch. Absolutely massive, because now it's out on the field. It's got a speed controlling partner. If this Icy Wind is able to connect, it's suddenly in a really good position. But no, instead of choosing to swap out, saying, hey, wait a minute, I'm the fastest thing on the field. I have a super effective ice type attack into this water type in the freeze dry. I'm not going to let you chip me off with Aqua Jet. I'm going to switch back into my grass type, and I'm just going to freeze dry you. And that's going to be a one-hit knockout. This is not a focus. It's not especially bulky Pokemon. You have to assume that was a Mystic Water on the Urshifu. This is, I believe, the last turn of Grassy Terrain, so that was the cost of protecting your Annihilape at this point, but it's Annihilape at low health and Rillaboom with no terrain against this full health Iron Hands. So we'll see what we're able to do. The Rillaboom just swapped in, so it's able to get a Fake Out off, which means that we're getting 2 hits of Rage Fist off. Absolutely critical damage. That's going to be a 2-hit KO. Absolutely brilliantly positioned endgame here, using the Annihilape to bait an Aqua Jet to switch into your Rillaboom, get the Fake Out on the next turn, get these 2 Rage Fists off, and finally, we have an Annihilape showcase here on stream for you today. And I have to give a huge congratulations to our prospective player. He's won 2 games on stream. I'm not sure how many more games we have for you today, but I'm very excited for however many we have, or if that was the final one. I will see you all either with another match or the next tournament. Thank you for watching.